First on our list are lentils. Now, I understand that lentils may not sound particularly thrilling. They aren't flashy, they don't arrive in elaborate packaging, and you certainly won't find them dominating the food pages on Instagram. However, if you are one of the millions of Americans managing arthritis, or if you care for someone who is, this humble legume could very well become your new best friend. This is because lentils are remarkably potent when it comes to reducing joint pain, soothing inflammation, and providing your body with the essential tools it needs to heal and feel better. And the most appealing part? They are inexpensive, widely available, and require no complicated culinary skills. So, why lentils specifically? What makes them so exceptional for arthritis relief? Let's begin with the fundamentals. Protein. Your body requires protein to build and repair tissues, particularly the muscles that support your joints. Herein lies the challenge. Many conventional protein sources, such as red meat, can actually heighten inflammation within the body. That is precisely the opposite of what you want when your joints already feel stiff, swollen, or painful. Lentils, on the other hand, provide all of that protein-rich goodness without exacerbating your symptoms. In fact, they can actively contribute to your well-being. It is a form of plant-based protein that works in synergy with your body, not against it. But the advantages of lentils extend far beyond their protein content. They are also densely packed with magnesium, and this is a crucial one. Magnesium is a nutrient that a significant portion of the population, especially older adults in the United States, does not consume in sufficient amounts. Yet, it plays an enormous role in how your body regulates inflammation. Consider magnesium as your body's innate muscle relaxant. It helps to alleviate the tightness surrounding your joints, diminish stiffness, and in some instances, even helps to calm nerve-related pain. If you have ever experienced one of those mornings where your joints refuse to loosen up, regardless of how much you stretch, that sensation might indicate a magnesium deficiency. Then, there's potassium. Most people do not immediately associate this mineral with arthritis, but its importance is greater than you might realize. Potassium assists your body in eliminating excess sodium. An overabundance of sodium, particularly from processed foods, leads to water retention, bloating, and consequently, more swelling in your joints. If your hands or knees feel puffy, that could be the underlying cause. By ensuring an adequate intake of potassium, such as from lentils, you help your body flush out that surplus salt and naturally reduce the swelling. The equation is quite simple. Less swelling translates directly to less pain. Lentils also deliver a serious dose of fiber. You might be wondering, what does fiber have to do with arthritis? Well, more than you would think. Spikes in blood sugar can significantly exacerbate inflammation. When you consume meals that cause your blood sugar to surge, your body responds by releasing inflammatory chemicals. This translates to more joint pain, increased stiffness, and greater discomfort. Fiber, however, helps to slow the rate at which your body absorbs sugar, which in turn keeps your blood sugar levels more stable throughout the day. When you eat fiber-rich foods like lentils, you are providing your body with a smoother, more balanced source of energy, and you are helping to protect your joints in the process. Oh, and let's not forget folate, also known as vitamin B9. Folate is not discussed as frequently as it should be, but it plays a major role in lowering a substance called homocysteine. Homocysteine is a type of amino acid in your blood, and when its levels become too high, it has been linked to increased inflammation and joint pain. But here is the good news. Lentils are loaded with folate, and consuming them regularly can help keep those homocysteine levels in check. It is one of those subtle, behind-the-scenes changes that can yield a significant difference over time. Now, you might be thinking, that all sounds wonderful, but how do I actually prepare and eat lentils? The answer is, in any way you prefer. Lentils are incredibly versatile and, frankly, quite easy to work with, even if you are not someone who enjoys spending a great deal of time in the kitchen. You can incorporate them into a soup or stew where they add a pleasant texture and heartiness. You can prepare a lentil curry with some garlic, onions, and your favorite spices. You can even chill them after cooking and toss them into a salad with chopped vegetables and a drizzle of olive oil. If you are aiming to reduce your meat consumption, you can use lentils as a filling for tacos, wraps, or even homemade veggie burgers. They absorb flavors exceptionally well, so you can season them to your liking, whether you prefer savory, spicy, or even slightly sweet profiles. And here is another feature to appreciate. Unlike some other beans and legumes, lentils do not require an overnight soak. This makes them ideal if you want to prepare something quickly. Simply rinse them, place them in a pot with water or broth, bring the liquid to a boil, and then simmer for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. It's that easy. Furthermore, they are gentle on your stomach, causing no uncomfortable bloating or heaviness after eating. Want to make them even more powerful for arthritis relief? Pair lentils with other anti-inflammatory foods. A handful of fresh spinach or kale, a sprinkle of turmeric, a dash of black pepper, or even a small squeeze of lemon juice. All of those additions contribute extra benefits for your joints. When you combine these ingredients, you are not just eating a healthy meal, you are providing your body with precisely what it needs to fight back against pain and stiffness. Here is something that many people fail to realize. Small, consistent changes truly do accumulate. You do not have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Simply begin by adding lentils to your meals a few times a week. It is a low-cost, high-impact step toward feeling better. And honestly, sometimes it is the simple foods, the ones we often overlook, that ultimately provide the most significant benefits. So, the next time you are at the grocery store, do not walk past the lentils. Pick up a bag, try them in a new recipe. Observe how your body responds, because when it comes to managing arthritis naturally, lentils are a true powerhouse. They are not merely filling your stomach, they are actively helping to reduce inflammation, nourish your joints, and give you the strength to continue moving and living your life on your own terms. It is easy to feel as though arthritis is taking control, as if your body is working against you. But foods like lentils remind us that we possess tools to fight back, and they don't have to come from a prescription bottle. They can come from something as simple and powerful as what is on your plate. Second on our list are chickpeas. Now, let's discuss one of the most underestimated yet incredibly powerful foods for arthritis relief: chickpeas. You may know them as the star ingredient in hummus or as the small round additions to a salad. But chickpeas are so much more than a trendy topping or a simple side dish. These tiny legumes are absolutely packed with nutrients that can help reduce inflammation, ease joint pain, and support your overall health in a manner that feels both simple and sustainable. And frankly, once you understand what chickpeas can do for your body, especially if you are struggling with arthritis, you will never look at them in the same way again. Let's start with what makes chickpeas so effective. Much like lentils, chickpeas are a fantastic source of plant-based protein. And if you are trying to avoid red meat, whether due to its saturated fat content or the inflammation it can provoke, chickpeas are an ideal alternative. The protein in chickpeas helps your body repair and maintain muscle mass, which is particularly crucial if you are older or less mobile due to joint stiffness. The stronger your muscles are, the more support they provide to your joints. This translates to less strain, less pressure, and ultimately, less pain. And with chickpeas, you are receiving that support in a clean, plant-powered form without triggering additional inflammation in the process. But what truly distinguishes chickpeas is their richness in polyphenols. Now, I know that word may sound a bit scientific, but its meaning is simple. Polyphenols are natural compounds that function as antioxidants in your body. They combat the damage caused by free radicals, unstable molecules that can harm your cells and trigger inflammation. If you have arthritis, your body is likely dealing with a state of oxidative stress, which worsens your symptoms over time. This is where chickpeas come in. Their polyphenols go to work protecting your cells, calming inflammation, and providing your body with a much-needed defense system. It is akin to giving your joints a protective shield every time you eat them. But the magic does not stop there. Chickpeas are also a great source of vitamin C, which is essential for something many people overlook: collagen production. Collagen is the connective tissue that helps your joints move smoothly. It is like the cushion between your bones. Without an adequate supply of it, that cushion begins to wear down. You start to feel stiff, creaky, and sore. But when you get enough vitamin C from foods like chickpeas, your body can continue to produce the collagen it needs to maintain those smooth, pain-free movements. You are not just masking the symptoms. You are actively helping your joints rebuild from the inside out. And yes, just like lentils, chickpeas come loaded with magnesium, one of the most underrated minerals when it comes to joint health. Magnesium helps relax muscles, calm the nervous system, and support bone strength, all of which are deeply important when you are managing arthritis. When your muscles are tight and overworked, your joints are forced to carry more of the burden. Magnesium helps to release that tension and brings a natural sense of ease to your body. It even aids with sleep, which can be a significant challenge for individuals living with chronic pain. When your body is well rested and your muscles are relaxed, your joints get a much-needed break as well. Of course, we cannot discuss chickpeas without mentioning their fiber content. And yes, it matters a great deal. Fiber is essential for balancing blood sugar levels, and that is not just about energy or weight management. High blood sugar causes inflammation in the body, plain and simple. When you eat refined carbohydrates or sugar-heavy meals, your body reacts by increasing inflammatory markers, which can make arthritis symptoms worse. Chickpeas, being naturally high in fiber, help to slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This keeps your blood sugar stable throughout the day and helps prevent those inflammatory spikes. The more stable your blood sugar, the less inflammation you will experience, and the better your joints will feel. Now for the enjoyable part. Chickpeas are incredibly versatile. Of course, hummus is a classic. It is creamy, flavorful, and can be paired with everything from fresh vegetables to whole grain crackers. But do not limit yourself. Chickpeas can be roasted with a bit of olive oil and seasoning for a crunchy, satisfying snack that is far healthier than potato chips. You can toss them into salads, add them to stews or soups, or stir-fry them with colorful vegetables and a pinch of turmeric, which, by the way, is another powerful anti-inflammatory spice. Chickpeas also make a great base for curries, and they fit perfectly into grain bowls with quinoa, spinach, avocado, or sweet potatoes. Their flavor is mild, so they readily absorb whatever seasoning or sauce you pair them with. And if you enjoy baking, you might be surprised at how often you can sneak chickpeas into recipes. Chickpea flour is an amazing gluten-free option that works well in breads, pancakes, and even cookies. You can blend whole chickpeas into brownie batter or mix them into a veggie burger patty. There are countless ways to get creative with them. And because they are so filling, they help you stay satisfied longer, which is a great benefit if you are trying to manage your weight alongside your arthritis symptoms. Another thing to love about chickpeas is that they are budget-friendly and easy to find across the United States. You do not need to visit a specialty health food store or spend a fortune. You can buy them dried in bulk or grab a few cans on your next grocery trip. If you opt for the canned route, and there is nothing wrong with that for convenience, just be sure to rinse them well to remove the excess sodium. If you have a bit more time, cooking dried chickpeas at home is simple and can save you even more money in the long run. Either way, you are getting serious nutritional value without breaking the bank. So, how often should you eat chickpeas? Try incorporating them into your meals a few times a week to start. The more consistent you are, the more benefits you will likely notice over time. Some people even enjoy them daily. As long as your body responds well, that is perfectly fine. Your joints will appreciate the steady stream of nutrients. Your digestive system will love the fiber, and your energy levels may even begin to feel more balanced. When you are living with arthritis, it can be easy to feel like everything is working against you, as though your body is in a constant battle you did not sign up for. But foods like chickpeas remind us that healing does not always come from the pharmacy. Sometimes it comes from something as simple as a handful of legumes tossed into your dinner. They are small, yes, but what they offer is powerful. Every bite is a chance to reclaim a little bit of control over your health. So, the next time you are planning your meals or wandering the grocery store aisles, remember this. Those little beige chickpeas are more than just a side dish. They are an anti-inflammatory powerhouse, filled with the exact nutrients your joints are craving. Add them to your cart, try out a few new recipes, and start making them a regular part of your life. Your body, your budget, and your taste buds will all be glad you did. Third, let's move on to the final member of our plant-powered trio. And trust me, this one might surprise you. We are talking about tofu. Yes, tofu. Some people love it, while others are not quite sure what to do with it. But if you are living with arthritis, or if someone close to you is, tofu might just become one of the most powerful foods you can add to your diet. It is not fancy, and it is not flashy, but it is packed with precisely the kind of nutrients that help soothe inflammation, protect your joints, and support your body in ways that truly matter. So, why tofu? First and foremost, tofu is made from soybeans, which are one of the few plant-based foods that qualify as a complete protein. This means tofu contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair tissues. Consider that for a moment. Your joints, your muscles, your bones, they all depend on protein to remain strong and functional, especially as we age. When your muscles are supported and healthy, they can better carry the body's load, so your joints do not have to work so hard. And when you are dealing with arthritis, every bit of support counts. Tofu provides that support, but in a gentle, anti-inflammatory manner that animal products sometimes simply cannot match. But the magic of tofu extends far beyond just protein. Let's discuss omega-3 fatty acids. You have likely heard that these healthy fats are excellent for your heart. Well, they are also incredible for joint health. Omega-3 seconds help to reduce the production of inflammatory chemicals in the body. This translates to less joint stiffness, less swelling, and less pain. Now, while most people assume you can only get omega-3 seconds from fish, tofu is actually one of the very few plant-based sources of this vital nutrient. So, if you are trying to eat a more plant-based diet or prefer to avoid seafood, tofu is a fantastic way to still obtain the anti-inflammatory benefits of omega-3 seconds naturally. And that is not all. Tofu is rich in calcium, which you already know is key for keeping your bones strong. But here is something not everyone realizes. If you have arthritis, especially osteoarthritis, it is not just your joints that require attention. Your bones need care too. When your bones are strong, your entire skeletal system is more stable and balanced, which helps to take pressure off the joints. Tofu provides a reliable, dairy-free source of calcium, which is perfect if you are lactose intolerant or simply trying to reduce your dairy intake due to the inflammation it can sometimes cause. Now, here is where tofu really begins to shine. Many brands of tofu sold in the US are fortified with vitamin D, which works hand in hand with calcium to strengthen bones and improve its absorption. Vitamin D is not just about bone health, either. It also plays a role in immune function and the regulation of inflammation. A large number of people, especially older adults, have low levels of vitamin D without even realizing it. That deficiency can make arthritis symptoms worse. So, getting a little extra from your tofu is a smart, simple move you can feel good about. But we are not done yet. There is another group of nutrients in tofu that deserves attention: isoflavones. These are natural plant compounds found in soy that act somewhat like estrogen in the body. And no, that does not mean they will throw your hormones out of balance. In fact, research indicates that isoflavones can actually help reduce inflammation, improve joint flexibility, and even lower pain levels in people with arthritis. Some studies have observed populations that consume soy regularly and found that they tend to report better joint function and less stiffness, especially in cases of rheumatoid arthritis. It is not a miracle cure, but it is one more way tofu can support your body's natural healing process. Now, you might be asking, how do I actually cook tofu? Isn't it rather bland? And that is a fair question. On its own, tofu does not have a strong flavor, but that is precisely what makes it so versatile. Tofu absorbs the flavors of whatever you cook it with: garlic, ginger, soy sauce, chili flakes, lemon juice, you name it. And the ways you can prepare it are endless. You can stir-fry it, bake it, grill it, or pan-sear it to achieve a crispy texture. If you are new to tofu, start with the extra firm variety. Press the water out and allow it to marinate for an hour before cooking. This helps it soak up all the delicious flavors. Then, incorporate it into a vegetable stir-fry, a curry, a salad, or even a wrap. You can crisp it up in the oven or toss it in a sauce on the stovetop. It is incredibly flexible. If you prefer something smoother, try silken tofu. It has a creamy texture that works beautifully in smoothies, soups, or even dairy-free desserts. Yes, you can actually blend tofu into sauces, dips, or puddings without even detecting its presence, all while still getting the protein and anti-inflammatory goodness it provides. You can even use tofu in place of cream in certain recipes to cut down on saturated fat while adding nutrition. And the best part? Tofu is affordable and easy to find. You do not have to shop at a specialty health food store or spend a ton of money. Most American grocery stores carry several different types of tofu, from silken to extra firm. And once you get the hang of using it, it can easily become a regular part of your weekly meals. Plus, unopened tofu is shelf-stable for a while, which makes it incredibly convenient to keep on hand for quick meals. So, how often should you eat tofu? If you are comfortable with soy and have no allergy, try including it in your diet a couple of times a week to start. Pair it with other anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, leafy greens, or whole grains like brown rice and quinoa. You will be giving your body a whole spectrum of healing nutrients from protein to calcium to omega-3 seconds, and doing it in a way that is kind to your wallet, your digestive system, and your joints. At the end of the day, arthritis can feel overwhelming, The constant aches, the stiffness that slows you down, the frustration of not being able to do what you used to, but small changes, like adding tofu to your meals, can make a significant difference. It is not about perfection, it is about progress. It is about choosing foods that nourish your body, reduce pain, and help you feel just a little more in control. And tofu, as humble as it may seem, is one of those foods. So whether you are new to plant-based eating or have been on this path for a while, give tofu a try. Experiment with it. Make it your own. Because sometimes the best medicine is not in a bottle. It is in your kitchen. And tofu is one of the best-kept secrets for arthritis relief you can find. So, to summarize our discussion today, if you are dealing with arthritis, remember these 3 plant-based proteins: lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. They are full of nutrients that help fight inflammation, protect your joints, and help you feel better naturally. You do not need expensive supplements or complicated diets. Just simple, everyday foods that support your body from the inside out. I encourage you to try adding one of them to your meals this week and observe how your joints feel. Small changes can make a big difference. If you found this information valuable, please hit that like button. It truly helps the channel. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I would love to hear your thoughts, so please drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.